Alrighty, everybody, and welcome to Caldera Part 4, the city of Cape Cove. It has been over a month, basically a month and a half since I've done a tour video. Whole lot of Bed Wars, whole lot of Bed Wars. Hopefully I can get Part 5 out sooner than this. Depends on how many Bed Wars games the gang makes me play. So it forces me into what I was going to say. We definitely have, I think it was 3 cinematic videos for this area. It's either 2 or 3. I think it's 3 though. So yeah, stay tuned for them. Have a streetcar ride, a couple of bus rides. So yeah, it's real exciting. But this is the city of Cape Cove. Look at this. It is very modern and majestic, and right now it's my proudest build to date. So yeah, and you'll see why I'm proud of it when we get to the capital area and the financial district, and also the university, which is on your screen. So where are we in relation to Caldera? Well, we are that big glob of district names right by the Cape Cove side on the right hand side of the screen, and it takes up central right hand side of the screen anyways, so yeah. But let's get into the tour. And we're going to start our tour with this little neighborhood of Oak Beach, which is still in development actually. Well, along the storylines it is. It has a huge plaza and park, some hotels that they're going to be breaking ground where my mouse is, some brand new ones next to it. Anyway, yeah. So it's a short drive out of the actual cities itself, and Oak Beach is a self-governing town, suburban town. Like we had a whole slew of them for Fairview. You can check that out in part 2 if you want to see a whole bunch of small towns. But yeah, then as we move in, we start off with the district of Bend. They have the city's aquarium and marina here. And this is the neighborhood of Bend because the mountain curves, and so does the avenue. And this avenue is Bend Avenue. And look at that, we're getting some traffic on the interstate, which is good. And I think through this area, the interstate would definitely be on the ground, and it would be elevated from where both sides are apartment townhomes. So yeah, this next little area, well, not that little, but this is more of uptown type central city area. So big neighborhood. We're starting to get to inner city here. But before we do get to inner city, so these areas are Poplar Heights and Laurel Hills. Laurel Hills is going to be this enclave way out in the distance. We'll get to in a second. But this is Poplar Heights because I went and threw a whole bunch of poplar trees down in the middle of it. It's a nice designed area. It was going to be a grid, then I just put some roads through it. And this is what happened. So yeah. This is Laurel Hills. It's a modern suburban area that is slowly declining. Same with Poplar Hills. We have the Uptown area. And then this is Central Cape Cove with the United Center. And you can just see it goes all the way back. Look at that. You can even see some of the Bay Area in the far background if you look. Yeah, it's right over there. Cool. But this is Central Mid-City, and this is the old town, really. But of course, all these buildings are new because I didn't go and sit there for a whole day of my life and historical them all. So yeah, but it's fine. I still have some older ones that are in like. Well, this is actually a modern building, but still. Okay. Ooh, this old rugged place right here. Yep. There we go. And then some of these real small buildings is what we would have. The red one, not these tiny white ones that are modern condos. And then also this building here. These two actually could consider them as the style that should be up in here. So at least we have a little bit of it. Not a lot though, sadly. Um, but yeah, it's like you put one skyscraper down to be that oddball skyscraper in the middle of an old town, and all of a sudden the entire thing it all just fits in. I'm talking about the City Bank building, and the red one here, and the giant apartment building here. And then we also have the United Center, which features Cape Cove's basketball and hockey teams. Don't ask me their names because I didn't even think about that. If you want to comment some suggestions down below, you can. And then this is the other side of the interstate. I think I did a good job of making it look like all the streets should have connected. And then the interstate definitely should have been raised through here to allow for those connections. And then I like what I did with this bridge here. And then the Y interchange to the side street with the fire station. Yeet. Okay. And then we have our Central Main Street. I think this is one of the bus ride videos. And it heads all the way into Bourbon Hills, which would be this nice flat chunk of houses, which is actually more of a higher end neighborhood. And then we have Lewis Boulevard here, which is the central avenue throughout all of Cape Cove on this side of the interstate by my mouse. It runs all the way down to Summit Heights and Park. So you'll see the end of it. And we're basically going to take it down. And this is going to be the second video, bus ride video. It has a huge bus network throughout. So I'm going to see that. It's going to be cool. But yeah. And then we head into Audubon, which is the really wealthy area in Cape Cove. A lot of these modern houses, which is what I wanted. And then big school area. And as you can see, Lewis Boulevard is actually one lane each direction through here, which makes it more of a Plaza Avenue, which would be fitting for a low-traveled, higher-end neighborhood, which all of the through traffic from the interstate absolutely hates, as you can see from this long train of cars going really slow. Oh man, it's gonna be a pain to film a video through this traffic. But yeah, it makes it an avenue, and that's what the town wants. We have a little country club, and yeah. And then this would be a small, old, ancient university, which the area is kind of known for. Baseball park, small football field. They actually have a church on the property which extends across the street. Of course, they do have a new building in the back, which used to be old fields. And then they just have these old dormitory and core buildings, an old administration wing. Yeah, it's a nice little place. It's a small university. We're getting to the big one later. Stay tuned. And then we're going to cross St. Charles Avenue here with an actual streetcar. You really need to watch that video. It is cool. They're a bit slow, but we're going to make it work. And it is pretty cool to have actual streetcars. It really gives the city that authenticism that I wanted. And these are the St. Charles Avenue streetcars in the workshop if you want to check them out. They're pretty cool. They have 8 different skins with different advertisements. Look at them. This is cool right here. Get them passing. Of course, one of them had to wait for the old people crossing the street. Not complaining. But yeah. And we're actually going to move into the capital and financial district, I really want to start with the capital first because I built it first. And yeah, this is the capital of Caldera. This is the Capitol Plaza slash park slash whatever um, the government wants to waste time renaming it as, because they have absolutely nothing better to do because the city is perfect. Thank you, Charlie. Oh, you're welcome. Yes, yes. The city's absolutely magnificent. We only lost 147,000 people during part two. So, yeah. The, uh, mods are ridiculous. So, yeah, this is the capital district. Um, it took me the better part of a night to build this all. And I'm just talking about the buildings and road layouts and all of that fun stuff. I don't not prop it up that much, but it's still I think it still came out really cool. Let me know what y'all think about it. And yeah, this is pretty cool. It's like I DM all my friends as soon as I finished it. Like, this is what I spent my whole night on. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And then now we're gonna transition into more of a financial district with still all of these unique and Rico buildings. And some people may say this baseball stadium is completely out of place. Hacks. Sorry, something in my throat. Gripe. Um, but I think it works well. We got a park behind it, some actual basketball courts, huge parking lots. Yeah, I think it works, especially if you don't want to see it, you just look at the city from the other side. And then we cross, this is Lewis Boulevard. It goes from 1 lane to 3 lanes to 2 lanes. Yes, it does that. And then this is the other side of the financial district. Notice you don't even see the baseball stadium. It's right behind this black and gray building here. Um, and yeah, we have our Cape Boulevard here that actually becomes the interstate that we were talking about earlier. You can see it down over in the distance. It's pretty cool. And then this boulevard goes into the tunnel and is the access road to the Bay Area. So we're going to be going there next video. Stay tuned. But this video is not over yet. We have a shopping strip and our support road that goes back and around through the capital. The government keeps changing its name because they have nothing better to do because I made the city perfect. So then we have a big shopping mall here with the cinema across the street, bunch of parking garages for it and the financial district. I call this area the financial district because technically downtown would be over where the United Center is, but it really isn't. It's still part of Old Town. Yeah, but we're gonna get back over there when I finish admiring my work over here. Big Lowe's Hotel there, Charity Hospital. Um, we covered the smaller university. And then we have the Children's Hospital here, Hilton, kind of sort of across the way from Lowe's. And then I dropped the Vanilla Colossal Orders headquarters here because it looks fine there. And then we have our Mountainside Avenue here, just a nice bordering avenue between the city and the trees. And then this area is Valley Hills, right here between the Mountainside Avenue and Lewis Boulevard. But yeah, I have this nice commercial district to help transition from the financial area to the housing residential district. And I'm going to have to do a lot of work on that in Sea City, which is my next series. Hopefully, that when I'm finally done uploading all of these, I can maybe start uploading Sea City. We'll have to see. And then across the way is Cedar Hills. We don't have that much of a transition because of the highway interchange, which helps transition for us, but there really should be more of a transition because if you think this entire area predates the highway, as you can see, And then we have newer businesses to help fill in the gap. And so, before we get to New University, this is we have the rest of downtown historic district, and then this is Old Park, as it's called. It's the official city park, but it's still called Old Park because it has monument to the old fishing village type before the city itself sprang up, which is really neat. Those are from the game itself, so I just left there, made a park. It looks good. And then here's the main street through as we move on into the warehouse district, which is some warehouse buildings, as you can see over here, and then a whole lot of industry. Lots of industry up in here. And then big commercial area because right here we have the airport and the ship terminals, which are way off, and we're bringing a traffic jam on in right now, guys. So yeah. All right, we have the huge. This is the Caldera International Airport. Yes, I use the vanilla one because it looks cool. It does. And the actually Main Street bus route comes over to the airport, so that works. And then we have Airport Road headed on over. Before I get too far over here, let me head back into the university now. This is the University of Caldera, shot in 3 FPS. Well, okay, I was getting 3, down to 5, 7, 8. Okay, so yeah, this is the administration wing, and we have parking, nice plaza, looks cool. I used all of King Leno's assets for this, and then threw a whole bunch more trees in. And then this is the general quad area where most of your core and general education classes are. We have, this is actually the library. I didn't put the library across the quad because right here it's actually more centrally located if you look at it from a sky view. So it's more centrally located around the dormitories, so that'll help actually provide access to it for students. And then we have a math department, research department. I think one of the business schools is in here, English department. And then we have the historic university landmark bell tower. You can actually see the bell, so this is really cool asset here. This is the university clock tower, that centerpiece is the quad. And yeah, it is an extremely cool collection here. And then we have, this is sorority and fraternity lane here with our frat houses. Across the way are, would be started to be upperclassmen dorms, sophomore, juniors, and then any seniors that actually want to live in a dorm. And then we also do have some apartment buildings, which is what on-campus seniors would want to live in. And then same thing right here, some apartment collections on campus, a few more of them. And then this little area right here, this is all the freshman housing. And then we have some other upperclassmen housing here. But this is all freshman housing. We have art school and amphitheater here. And then we also have a huge design school. That would be this big white modern building created to help the design students get creative, I guess. But this is our modern design school. Huge building featuring all of your art classes, architecture, interior design, that sort of thing. So yeah. Then we have a parking garage across the way. So cool. Now before we get too far over there, let's hit the huge football stadium because we actually because this would be in this is tropical school. So SEC. That would be SEC if that's in like SCC. But yeah, SEC, a division, huge, huge fan base. Hundreds of thousand people can come out to each game. Huge parking lot and parking garage. Only half of which is full, so maybe something's going on down this way, I guess. Maybe they're just parking for the buildings across the street. I don't know. But yeah, moving on, we have this would be the student union complex, and then another smaller student center. This is where the hangout would be, cafeteria. So we have this would be another business school building up in within the parking, surrounded by parking garages, and this is actually the University Law School here. So you have main law school, A wing and B wing, and that's where every law class is held. It's right outside of the quad. That's because they have a law focus. So yeah, and then we have our University Counseling Center and a church on campus. We talked about the student union. I dropped the football field behind it. And then this would be the athletics area. We have the huge university auditorium right here. We saw this area back in episode 1 in Fairview. I have one. And then we have huge rec community center. This is the recreational building. So that's where all exercises, locker rooms are, etc. And then I also dropped some sports dorms and apartments for student athletes. That's where all the student athletes would live in these dorms, and then some seniors who want a view, but also could also live here. Whole lot of fields. We have practice football field, baseball field, soccer field, track and field complex, and of course tennis center. Why not? And then I also dropped the decayed football field here because figured why not make it all look like a newly done area, I guess. So yeah, this university, I think it's pretty cool. Get an aerial view here, so yeah. And then we have our university residential town area right up in here, so that's pretty cool. Right outside the University of Caldera. And then this is Summit Heights right here. It's big commercial district right on the valley, so that brought in a whole lot of residents to have. Oh, look at this traffic right here. This is for the airport road and the main boulevard, which heads to Jerrysville. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. And then I dropped a sanitation industrial place right here. And then I have this huge mall area. I have a few strip mall builds. Looking good. Bank that needs signage. Some more backlot. Default buildings. Yeah, those are default buildings, rep. So, and then more strip mall here. And then this is Park. Another higher end neighborhood. So yeah, actually this is more lower end stuff, sorry. But yeah, it's Park for made for Summit. And then we have Rear Airport. Yes, it's called Rear Airport because it's behind the airport, which is the default airport over there, which still works. I did get a bunch of custom planes. Here's one actually, I think. Let me know if you want me to actually attempt to make an actual airport, because I'll try. There's Sky's huge hotel casino, parking garage and hotels for seaport and harbor. And then this is Jerrysville, our last area. This is where the toll gate for the Bay Bridge is. Yes, this is that Bay Bridge that I skipped over earlier in the video when we were talking about Bend. This is the Bay Bridge. It's the Golden Gate Bridge assets from the workshop. And it looks good. It looks good. You can get a lot of screenshots with it. So, yeah. And then, of course, as all my bridges are, I put a toll in to help the people who use the bridge actually pay for it and not everybody who doesn't ever use it in their lifetime. So, yeah. And then this is Jerrysville, it's a small suburb. I dropped the mall right on the Bay Area. Speaking of the Bay, anybody got a name for it? Because I never thought of a name for the Bay. But yeah, this city's called Cape Cove, so if you want to think of something. And then this is its own, Jerrysville here is its own independently governed area. They have fire department, police houses here. And then I think this is town hall building right here. City Hall, yep. Okay, cool. City of Jerrysville. Nice little neighborhood. Alrighty. And yeah, this is Cape Cove. Look at this shot right here. This is pretty cool. But yeah, this is all of Cape Cove. I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for some cinematic shots. It's a pretty cool neighborhood. Pretty cool city. In my opinion, it's my best work on City Skylines so far. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to try to get part 5 out in less than a month. So I really hope I do, but I'm going to also attempt to stick to my weekly upload schedule, so every Saturday. But we're going to try to do that also. I want to, that's mandated first. So it's probably going to be right around a month because I do have 3 cinematic videos for Cape Cove. We have St. Charles Avenue, the main street, and then Lewis Boulevard right on the back, right behind Main Street. So y'all should stay tuned for that. There's some big bus rides, and then the streetcar line, which is really cool. I've ridden the streetcar before. The view is great. Can't wait to actually film those. It's gonna be cool. And then we have, and then so probably gonna be a month again till the next one. I really hope not, but that's how it's gonna work. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go help the cruise ships wreck each other. So yeah.